Across the globe, currencies are crumbling, alliances are shifting, and power is consolidating. This isn't just economics, it's a seismic transformation. A system is emerging, one foretold in the Bible, and trade may be its most insidious weapon. The world is in flux. New trade alliances are forming, bypassing the US dollar, BRICS, Saudi Arabia-China deals, and more. The petrodollar era may be ending, a silent global rebellion. Inflation, debt, and currency devaluation are skyrocketing worldwide. These are not mere political squabbles, they are tremors, signaling a seismic shift in the global order, a shift with profound prophetic implications. For centuries, the world has operated under a certain economic framework. But now, that framework is disintegrating. Old alliances fracture, new partnerships emerge from the shadows. The balance of power teeters on the brink, threatening to plunge the world into a new era of uncertainty. The signs are everywhere. Currencies fluctuate wildly, markets rise and crash with dizzying speed. Nations once deemed economic powerhouses teeter on the edge of collapse. These are not isolated events. They are interconnected pieces of a much larger puzzle, a puzzle that points towards the fulfillment of ancient prophecies. In these tumultuous times, one thing is clear. We are living in a time of unprecedented change, a time of both great peril and extraordinary opportunity. The choices we make today will determine the course of history for generations to come. Will we heed the warnings of the prophets and turn back to God? The pace of life accelerates, and the world seems smaller than ever. Technological advancements promise a brighter future, yet they also bring new challenges. Environmental crises loom large, demanding urgent action. In this interconnected world, our collective actions will shape the destiny of our planet. As we navigate these turbulent times, we must seek wisdom and guidance from the past. There is hope on the horizon, a new dawn waiting to break. Together, we can build a future filled with promise and possibility. The prophecies of old and the realities of today converge, urging us to act with wisdom and courage. Let us rise to the challenge and create a world where peace and prosperity prevail. The world witnesses a spectacle of shifting alliances. Old partnerships, once thought unbreakable, crumble under the weight of suspicion and self-interest. New alliances, forged in secrecy and driven by ambition, rise to fill the void. This realignment of global power is not random, it is deliberate, orchestrated by forces operating behind the scenes. These new alliances echo ancient empires. Just as Babylon once rose to prominence through cunning and conquest, so too do we see nations today maneuvering for dominance. They seek to control not only land and resources, but also information, technology, and the very flow of money itself. The rise of these new power blocks is deeply concerning. They operate with a disregard for international law and human rights. They prioritize their own interests above all else. Their ambition knows no bounds, and their hunger for power threatens to engulf the entire world in conflict. This is not merely a political or economic struggle, it is a spiritual battle, a battle for the very soul of humanity. Dark forces are at work, seeking to establish a new world order, an order built on greed, control, and oppression. But there is hope. The scriptures offer guidance and solace. They remind us that even in the darkest of times, God is in control. The rise and fall of empires is a tale as old as time. Today we see a new chapter being written in this ancient story. The players may have changed, but the game remains the same. Nations vie for power, influence, and control. The stakes are higher than ever before. As we navigate these turbulent times, we must remember the lessons of history, and hold fast to the hope that even in the darkest of times, light will prevail. The scriptures are replete with warnings about the end times, a time marked by upheaval, lawlessness, and a departure from God's teachings. The prophecies of Daniel, Ezekiel, and Revelation, among others, speak of a coming period of tribulation, a time when the world will be tested like never before. These prophecies may seem arcane, but they are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They offer a glimpse into the future, a warning of the dangers to come, and a roadmap for navigating these perilous times. The current global turmoil aligns with these ancient prophecies. The rise of new superpowers, the increase in natural disasters, the spread of wickedness and apostasy. These are all signs that we are living in the last days. The Bible speaks of a time when nations will rise against nations, when famines and pestilences will ravage the earth, and when the love of many will grow cold. These prophecies are not meant to scare us, but to prepare us. We must not ignore these signs. The Bible tells us that in the last days many will be deceived. False prophets will arise, preaching a message of peace and prosperity while leading people astray. We must be discerning. We must test everything against the Word of God. We must not be swayed by smooth talkers or empty promises. Our hope lies not in the things of this world, but in the eternal promises of God. In these times we must come together, support one another, and hold fast to our faith. Prayer and community are our strongest defenses against the trials to come. Throughout history, times of great trial have often led to spiritual revival. Let us be inspired by the resilience of those who came before us. Stand firm in your beliefs and be a beacon of hope in a troubled world. Dive deep into the scriptures, for they are a wellspring of wisdom and guidance. Share the message of hope and salvation with others, for the time is short. Remember, the darkest hour is just before the dawn. A new day is coming. Let love and compassion be your guiding lights in these challenging times. Be a lighthouse in the storm, guiding others to safety and hope. Find peace in the midst of chaos, and trust in the eternal promises of God. For in the end, it is our faith and hope that will see us through. Behind the headlines of trade wars and economic uncertainty, rages a spiritual battle of unimaginable proportions. This is not a battle fought with conventional weapons. It is a battle for the hearts and minds of humanity, a battle between the forces of light and darkness. The stakes could not be higher. The enemy, Satan, is cunning and deceptive. He works through human agents, whispering lies, sowing seeds of discord, and inciting greed and envy. He seeks to control the levers of power, to manipulate financial systems, and to enslave humanity through debt and dependency. This spiritual warfare manifests in the physical realm through economic manipulation, political corruption, and social unrest. The enemy seeks to divide and conquer, to turn nations against each other, and to create chaos and confusion. He knows that a divided house cannot stand, and he seeks to weaken our resolve by turning us against one another. But we are not powerless in this fight. We have been given spiritual armor to withstand the enemy's attacks. We have the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. We have the shield of faith, with which we can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. And we have the power of prayer, which can move mountains and shake the very foundations of hell. Unity and solidarity among believers are crucial in this battle. Together we can overcome the darkness and bring light to the world. Acts of kindness and charity are powerful weapons against the enemy's schemes. By rebuilding our communities and supporting one another, we can resist the forces that seek to divide us. Our hope lies in a future where love and justice prevail, and with faith, we can achieve that future. If you're enjoying this video and want to stay updated on these important topics, please consider subscribing to Lion Watch. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future updates.